What's up, goat tires? It's JC, and this is your video on 2 and 3 ply strings of what I like to use and what you may like to use and how to take care of those strings. So grab your goat string or a notebook to take some notes, and let's get started. What's up, goat tires? So today we're going to be talking about goat strings. I'm going to give you my personal preference on goat strings, and I'm also going to hopefully help guide you in a direction for a goat string of your choice, of what you may like as your own preference. Also, we're going to be talking about keeping our goat strings together and how to just keep your goat strings nice so that whenever you're going to practice or going to a rodeo, that your string is always consistently feeling good, or hopefully consistently feeling good. So yeah, let's get started. So fair warning, I do not own a 3-ply goat string, so I'm going to show you the difference though, just to kind of help you. So the first string that I'm going to grab, this is my rodeo string. It still looks pretty good. I will say that I do use, whenever I was tying a lot, I would use one practice string and a rodeo string, or if I was really hitting the rodeos hard, I would have a couple different strings, especially rodeo strings, just have a couple to pick from because, you know, with weather conditions and everything, goat strings may feel differently. So I highly suggest having at least a couple of options for you to pick from whenever you're tying goats a lot. So first off, I want to start with the difference between a 2-ply and a 3-ply string. A 2-ply is going to be like this. As you can tell, the teeth, so a teeth or a tooth of a string is going to be these individual individual grooves in a goat string. That is what's going to come together to keep your tie tight. So if I put these together just like so, they should fit perfectly to where they're fitting in the groove and I can't move it. So with a 2-ply string, obviously the teeth are bigger. So that's one thing that I really like about a 2-ply string. With a 3-ply string, obviously there's going to be 3 strands, so it's going to be wound tighter, so these teeth aren't going to be near as wide apart. One thing that I've had a lot of girls say when going from a 3-ply to a 2-ply string is that they're like, oh, it feels so big in my hand, like the diameter of it is just so big in my hand, it just feels like I'm just moving a lot. Yeah, it's a little bit thicker just because these aren't wound as tight, but again, it's all personal preference. I think I started out with maybe a 3-ply string whenever I was first starting, but then I moved into a 2-ply string after the girl that was helping me introduced me to them, and I've loved them ever since. My theory is the teeth are bigger, so they can catch and hold in that groove a little bit closer. I'm going to try to remember that my camera's over here. But yeah, they just catch in that groove a little bit deeper, I feel like. So, you know, a goat string's not going to pull away as quickly or as much as like a 3-ply would. That's my own opinion though. So that's one of the main differences. I will say that I like Willard goat strings. I had to cut this one off myself, but they will cut them to whatever length that you want them. So yeah, I really like Willard. They've always been pretty consistent. I use a medium hard. I built up to the medium hard over time. I think at first I was using like medium soft, and then as I got older I was using mediums, and then I moved up to medium hards just because they felt better. I will say that the color also matters to me. That's just a personal preference. I think that the berry strings feel way better than like the white strings or the purple strings. The white ones feel like super flimsy to me, even if they're just a medium hard. The berries feel the best to me. The girl that I tied with, she used purple. That was her go-to color. She just felt the difference in the colors. I don't know if that's going to make a difference to you, but I just really like the berry strings. They just felt best to me, and that was just kind of my string to pick. In the comments below, let me know what type of goat string you like to use and why. The why part is what gets a lot of girls, so be thinking about that as to why you use a certain goat string. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel, please, so that I can keep providing you with these videos. I love doing these videos, so just share the love with me. So yeah, anyways, next part. Conditioning goat strings. That's a big thing to me. So let me start out with this. This is a non-conditioned goat string that obviously was a practice string. If you look right there, yep, that's a practice string for you. So how many of my girls have something like that in their string? They've got this little in it that's just, it literally tore, like the goat string tore right there. Okay, so in an upcoming video, we're gonna be talking about why this happens. This is not good, okay? Get rid of a goat string that has this. I keep this around so that I can like scare kids with this. A goat string should have a natural lay to it. Like it should have a natural curve or be straight. I prefer straight, but if it's got even a bow, it'll be okay. I don't keep my goat strings wrapped up tight like this because guess what? Whenever I go to pull it out, it's gonna be the same way. And yeah, I don't like my goat strings to lay that way. Also, whenever I go to finish off my tie, if there is any kind of little imperfection in my goat string, that can really play a part into if my tie feeds back in because it's trying to get back into that groove that we created. So the next part, as you can tell, maybe, I'll hold it like this. This goat string right here has a blemish, so the tail starts, and then it has this little plateau part, and then it keeps bowing. That's not good. We need to fix that. I don't know if you can tell it by this video. Actually, yeah, you can see it. Right in here, you can see that it's lost that curvature. Fix that. Fix that with your hands. One thing that I really like to do at rodeos is while I'm stretching, pull your goat string back behind you, stretch with it, pull it straight so that you can hopefully get some of those blemishes out of your string. A perfect goat string or close to perfect goat string is going to look like this one. Whenever I hold it, it shouldn't have any blemishes. This one has one right here, so it's lost that natural curve. And down here at the end, even on your tail, fix it. That can all play a big part into your tie. But it has a natural bow to it. We either want that or we want it, if we hang it up, we want it to just hang straight down. Ways to take care of your goat strings: put them on clippy hangers, the ones like the little clips on the end. Hang them by the tail, let them just hang somewhere in your room. Or also put them in a PVC pipe to where they can't get any kind of moisture in them. Try to keep them in an air-conditioned area to where if you live in a place like Arkansas it's full of humidity, mold can't get into your strings whenever summer comes around. It's terrible. You don't want to have mold growing on your strings. It's not good. Also, if you go to a rodeo that's muddy, yeah, you're gonna have to, clean mud off your strings. Clean that mud off before you put it back into your tube. You don't want to have to be cleaning it off whenever you get back to the next rodeo the next day or whatever, because that string is not going to feel very good. So always clean your strings, check them before and after you put them into your tube. So let's say that I just got done practicing. I'm going to check it to make sure it's good before I put it back into my tube. Whenever I go to pull it out again for a rodeo or another practice session, I'm going to pull it out and I'm going to check it again just to make sure. These can all create bad habits or cause our ties to not go on good if there's blemishes in our strings. Also, another thing, our strings have a natural bow in it. Do not, please do not, if you have a new string, do not bend this mouthpiece or whatever to the opposite side of that bow. Your mouthpiece should go with that bow. So if I turn this mouthpiece over, guess what? I'm taking the bow out of that string and it's going to cause a lot of problems for me. So if I tried tying with a string that's what feels like backwards to me, it's not going to go on the same. As you can tell, I can't get this string to come over the way I want it. Now, let me fix it. If I take it over the natural way, I can get it going how I want it to. So keep that in mind as you're getting new strings in. See how it naturally lays. For me, I like to hold my string at the side of my mouth, which is what feels comfortable to me. So where I break that string for that mouthpiece depends on the bow of the string. I want it to go with the bow of it. But yeah, just make sure that it's all taken care of. Also, your mouthpieces, if they start to wear out, please do not tape them, because guess what? It's going to start unraveling. That's not good. Get rid of that string. Also, do not tie with a string that looks like this. I don't care if you practice with one, as long as it's not creating bad habits, but do not go to a rodeo with string that has this much fuzz on it. There's not going to be anything for that string to grip. So if I want to go tie with this string, look, there's nothing for it to grip against. It's just rubbing right across, and it's not going to hold. So keep a good fresh string with you at all times. Goat strings aren't that expensive, so keep them with you. But yeah, whenever we're going for our tie, we just want those grooves to lay. That's what I like about a 2-ply string. A 3-ply string is going to have those smaller grooves. So my belief is they're not going to hold as closely as what a 2-ply string would. But yeah, as far as conditioning strings, as we go back to it, I really like to keep mine in a PVC pipe. If I don't have a PVC pipe, put them on a clippy hanger. Just hang them somewhere where they can lay straight. Another thing, just keep them out of the humidity, keep them out of the weather. I try not to keep my goat strings in my trailer, just because my trailer is not it's not controlled by me, like the air temperatures and everything. So I like to keep mine in the house at all times, especially in the summer, because my goat strings like to be cold. So yeah, I keep them in the cold as much as I can. And then like in the winter times, you know, you can't put them out there. Just make sure they don't get damp or wet. But yeah, and then just for your goat strings, as far as just making sure they look good, just make sure that that bow just stays naturally flowing. I need to fix this string a little bit, probably right here, just because it's kind of flattened out. But everywhere else, it's done pretty good. So that's just something that I need to work on with this string. But yes, that is goat strings for you. Personal preference is a Willard 2-ply berry string and a medium hard. That's just me though. If you're first starting out and you're still trying to learn how to control a goat string, I suggest going with a medium, soft medium, something in that range, and just seeing how you like that, and then building up, if you want to, into a harder string as you get more comfortable with your goat strings. So yeah, that is everything. If you have any questions, please reach out to me or leave it in the comment section below. And please make sure that you like this video and subscribe to the channel, and just share the love with me and all the other goat tiers within this realm of the community. So yeah, if y'all have anything, just reach out to me, and I will see y'all in the next video.